can I invite Cynthia over here to share with us, because next Saturday, 5th January, she'll be going to Cambodia for 5 months. So let's hear from her what she's going to do. I really salute her. She boldly resigned from her job, which was she was actually on a fast track to be a head of the department, but she just gave it up because she has God's calling.
Promotion.
Yeah, it's a promotion. Huh?
And another.
Yeah, she's going to be a principal, right?
Actually, I've shared with a few individuals separately, but I guess I'll just try and summarize to try and give you the big picture. So, actually, it all has to trace back to the church camp about 2 years ago. And I remember that it was on the 1st of January during 2010, whereby 2011, whereby I really encountered God in a very real way, and once you have been touched by God, you're never really the same again. Yes. Yeah. So ever since then, I was enjoying this honeymoon period, enjoying this sweet presence of Him that I have never really known in the past. In the past, I really knew Him like here, but now I really know Him as a person. I start to see His character, even His idiosyncrasies. I start to see the things that He really carries a burden for. Yeah. But after that, I realized that, on one of the Wednesday services, the topic was about fire of God, and it was still back at our GMB then. Yeah. And it was then whereby Stephen was, I think he was just praying at the end. Yeah, and his prayer was something like that. And tonight my heart is really full. And so the entire room was quiet because people were just wanted to listen to what he was saying. Yeah, but then he said like, tonight my heart is really for the nations. And actually, even before he said the word nations, I was really crying and I didn't know why. But I knew that my mind didn't know, but my spirit knew why. So I was just crying, and it was like I already know that he was going to say that word. And actually, a few months before that, I already suspected this, but I didn't dare to proclaim that this is my calling. I didn't dare to take it because it goes against everything that I've been brought up with, in the Singapore society. So, but that night was the first night that I actually raised up my hand to ask to receive this prayer, and we didn't go up to the front, but we just received it, and I just claimed it from where I was, and from there on it had always been in my heart. And I have to admit that it wasn't easy, but the thing is, God made it easy for me by changing my perspectives, and it really became, His dream really became my dream, and His will really became my will. It became something that I desired and I really wanted to do. So, I was in a season of learning how to go about doing this because I'm so used to planning everything with my mind. And it took me some trial and error. And so anyway, I started the things that I could do, like resigning and all that. I had it in my hands. I can do it. So I started making practical steps to do that. Yeah, and started to pray for it, and also to start to liaise with Catherine, who is the director of the Children of Hope Orphanage. Yeah, so she directed me. That was some months back. So she directed me to Rachel, who is the principal of the Children of Hope School, and most of the children in the Children of Hope School are actually from COH. Yeah. So, and I didn't know that as I linked up with Rachel, actually she intended to go back to UK for about half a year for Bible school, roughly the time frame that I was looking at. So yeah, so it's like I've got my job laid out for me. God laid out my job for me, and I was really glad that it's something practical because I can contribute. It's something that I can contribute practically because I will be working in the school, trying to be the extra pair of hands in Rachel's absence. I can't say that I will be able to take over her perfectly, but at least I will be an extra pair of hands over there. Yeah. So God really arranged this very nicely for me, and also accommodation and also a housemate for me. Yeah. So I'm really glad to be able to see how God is working. And I realized that actually to do is just to say yes. Yeah, and after that, God just sneakily comes in and equip you and plans and just does things for you, and you only realize it when you're at the other end, when you've already received all the blessings and all that. So our role is really easy. All we need to do is really just to say yes and just trust that God is going to just come in and path out a road for you